We have Roxton Nelson Dafeamekpor, MP for South Dai and Majority Chief Whip, over the phone lines to give us more. Thank you so much for joining us, Honorable.
It's my pleasure to have joined you. It's been a while.
Yes, it definitely has, and we're hoping to see you in studio sometime very soon.
Yes, indeed.
Honorable, tell us, are you aware of a letter from the Speaker allowing 2 MPs to respond to invitations from the National Investigative Bureau?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay, so do you know what these invitations are about, and can you tell us?
I'm only aware about Speaker asking them to attend to the invitation and cooperate with these agencies, but I'm unable to tell the nitty-gritties of the reasons underpinning this invitation.
Right. All right. So then tell us, the first session of the 9th Parliament ended last week. Do you believe the chaos during the appointment hearings tarnished the integrity of the session?
The chaotic during the vetting?
Yes, during the vetting.
Yes, you know that I was part of the melee. So yes, essentially it was avoidable. It was regrettable because if by protocol and our standards in Parliament, if a caucus is in disagreement with what a committee was doing, or if you are in disagreement with a matter that is engaged the House in terms of debate or whatever it is on the floor, you took a decision to walk away or to boycott the proceedings. It's part of the tools that we use. So in the 8th Parliament, you may have recalled that even the majority who had brought its own budget walked away from their own budget in Parliament. So it's not always the case that the minority will walk away from a matter that they are in disagreement with. The majority also walks out sometimes. But before the appointment committee, the matters that occurred and led to the chaos that eventually led to a parliamentary inquiry. Once again, let me apologize for that. It was regrettable. But we have moved on since, and I believe that you may have realized that as a House, at both sides, we have cooperated on largely nearly every matter that came before the House until we adjourned CNDA last week.
Definitely. Honorable Dafeamekpor, you are the Majority Chief Whip. Now, leading a majority that makes up more than 2/3 of Parliament, yet with limited ministerial appointments, what challenges does this pose, if any? And is this affecting government business in Parliament? And how do you plan to address any challenges moving forward?
Yes, truth be told, it has, in terms of hopes of persons who thought they could be appointed as ministers were dashed. But as leadership, we have been reminding our colleagues that the president made this promise as part of his political campaign. And every single candidate on the ticket of the NDC was made to campaign with this message that the president, when elected, will run a lean government, was going to appoint about 60 ministers or less. And so we knew that if that resonated with the generality of the people and he got elected, we knew that only 60 members of the party will get the opportunity to serve as ministers. Now, how this was material to the hopes of members of Parliament was because the Constitution mandatorily requires the president to appoint not less than 50% of his ministers from Parliament. So if he was going to do 60, then it means 30 or more will have to come from Parliament. Then imagine that we produce 187 members of Parliament and only 30, or a little over 30, will have the opportunity to be substantive ministers and or deputy ministers. So it posed a very, very great challenge. And those who eventually got the nod, they are happy and are already applying themselves to the job. Those who got disappointed, we are using other mechanisms to even the disequilibrium by making some chairs of committees, putting some on delegations, and we have engaged the government to, as it were, see the possibility of appointing some of these colleagues onto boards of state institutions and such other opportunities as they come.
Right. Is the majority leadership concerned about the leadership style of the Penyomakin-led minority group?
We all are. We all are, because you see, it's not the first minority leader we've had in this country. And he has been a majority leader before. We had cause to complain about his style as a majority leader. And now, 4 months down the line, he's found himself on the other side of the aisle. You recall how, as majority leader, he was always holding press conferences. Even though he was in government, he would take matters to court, and he would dramatize, and the slightest matter on the floor, they would walk out sometimes on their own business. We thought that he was doing that because he was in government. But having become the minority leader, he is again exhibiting such qualities. So my leader had not cause to complain. And we believe that this recess will offer him opportunity to review his performance between January and the end of March, and see whether there will be opportunity for him to mend the way he handles matters on the floor, and also amend the way he conducts affairs amongst his people and between his people and us.